What is clear, though, is Crosby's apparent attempt to rehabilitate himself with more than a little help from Graham Nash and Stephen Stills.
They gave me a sentence of 5 years in the Texas State Penitentiary for a minuscule amount of things that any place else in the country I would have been dismissed and not even brought to trial.
At the moment, you still face that jail sentence.
Yes, I do.
Graham was asked about that not so long ago, and he said he felt that it would be almost impossible for you to survive that. You're such a free spirit. You think it would be almost impossible to survive that?
Yes.
May I ask what you were doing with a gun?
I used to carry one. I carried one for years. I no longer think it's necessary. It probably wasn't necessary then. There's the unfortunate incident of my friend John Lennon, which sort of gives a good example of why a person would, if they thought about it, maybe want to carry one.
At the time of your arrest, you were freebasing cocaine, according to the police report.
According to them, yeah.
According to them. Do you want to deny that?
I don't think I was doing anything when they came in, I'm amazed at the sentence they gave me, you know, I think there was maybe a half of a fingernail, baby fingernail's worth of some substance or another. And it seems to me that 5 years in the state penitentiary is a little much.
Did you say in retrospect that drugs have been the root of the problem?
They're the root of a lot of problems. I don't recommend them.
Why did you need them?
I didn't say I needed them. I fooled around with them. I don't think anybody needs them.
Then that quote that you gave, well, it's going back a few years, that it enhanced your creativity to use drugs. Wrong? Misquoted?
Misquoted.
Misquoted.
Yeah.
Did not enhance your creativity.
Didn't say it.
Didn't say it, but did it occasionally?
I don't think that they enhance or destroy creativity. They can, in some cases, they can make a person looser, you know. In some cases, they can make a person unable to function. You lump them all together and it's too complex a thing to make a generalization about, you know, which drugs do what. I could say something positive about them in that they sort of blew the country loose from the 50s, which wasn't all that bad a thing. But I wouldn't try to recommend them to anybody.
Have the consequences, John Belushi's death, Richard Pryor's near-fatal accident...
Distressing.
Distressing to you?
Oh, certainly.
And...
John was a fine guy.
To the point that encouraged you to get off drugs?
Yeah. No question. That and other people that I cared about a great deal, and Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Cass Elliot. A lot of fine people. Lost a lot of good people that way.
You feel totally rehabilitated?
I don't think anybody's ever totally rehabilitated. My life is quite different than it was.
People say that Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and the social conscience of the 60s and the 70s, one of the most imaginative, brilliant musical groups, and David threw it away.
Not a chance. Not true.
Not true.
First place, we're still playing and singing. And we've been doing so consistently. We toured all over this country in 82, all over Europe in 83, and we're doing it again in 84. So I don't think I could have possibly thrown away a group that's working steadily and doing good work. So I think that's bull bleep.
What single biggest regret?
Of mine? Oh, gosh. Time we wasted. All the time we wasted being angry at each other.
Hi, I will come you back on here now. Following the devastating loss of David Crosby a few weeks ago, information has started coming in about his funeral and memorial service. It's believed the rock icon David Crosby was so sure he was dying that Mr. Spaceman Singer planned his own funeral years before his death and desperately hoped his estranged Byrds and Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young bandmates would bury the hatchet and attain the praise has learned. Actually, the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer hadn't spoken to Stephen Stills, Graham Nash, and Neil Young in years, but had the desire to mend fences in recent years. David can be brash and arrogant, but these guys still meant so much to him after working together for 50 years. Spilled a source in 2019. He doesn't want to leave this earth on bad terms with them, with the insider adding he would like to reconcile so they would attend his funeral. David believed the end was near. He had a slew of health problems, mainly related to his years of abusing substances. He had hepatitis C, underwent a liver transplant, suffered heart attacks, and had 8 stents in his ticker. In one of the last interviews, Croz said, "I'm probably going to die fairly soon." He said more than 3 years ago, "I have got a lot of stuff wrong with me." As for funeral, David planned a service at his horse ranch in Santa Ynez, California, where his hit songs, including Tan 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 with his first band, the Byrds, would be played by the oldest of his 6 kids, James, Raymond, or his own recorded versions. He also wanted a former lover, singer and composer Johnny Mitchell, and Byrds member Roger MC Gwynn to attend, along with Stills, Nash, and Young, but at the time they were doubtfully, mostly because of feuds sparked by him. For instance, in 2014, David slammed Young for leaving his wife Peggy for blonde actress Daryl Hannah. He blasted the Blade Runner beauty who wed Young years ago as a purely poisonous predator. He also insulted Stills and Nash, saying their vocal abilities were fading. These are things that worsened Croz's relationship his mates. He was reportedly busy trying to rekindle friendships before his death. He's apologized to them all separately, said a source at the time. He knows he's been an annoying person, an insider said. But Nash revealed he was still livid, saying, "Right now, I don't want anything to do with Crosby at all." Still, the 8 miles high singer was hoping his fellow musicians would eventually forgive him. David would be so touched if they would come, even though it might be just a pipe dream at this point. The source stated, the insider continued that before his death, he tried to apologize and make things better. It's something he's strived for and still hopes to make happen before he goes. Crosby's wife revealed his death in a heartfelt statement. "It is with great sadness after a long illness that our beloved David Crosby has passed away. He was lovingly surrounded by his wife and soulmate John and son, Django," the statement read. "Although he is no longer here with us, his humanity and kind soul continue to guide and inspire us. His legacy will continue to live on through his legendary music, peace, love, and harmony to all who knew David and those he touched. We will miss him dearly. At this time, we respectfully and kindly ask for privacy as we grieve and try to deal with our profound loss. Thank you for the love and prayers. We send our warmest condolences